What it do, homies? We're back with some more Offending Everybody. This time we got, what is the most offensive shirt? Let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up.
All want attention, but how do you get it when you're talentless? Simple, by wearing a provocative shirt. Not like the thick girl at the bar, all eyes are on you. So if you want people to
Hold on, bro. It's funny that you just said that. Like, why do people want to, if you're talentless, you wear a provocative shirt? Tell me why. I immediately thought of the tap out shirts. I don't know what it is. You got what I'm saying? Like the UFC gear and stuff like tap out shirts. I swear when they first released that, bro, everybody was wearing them. Not even people that worked out, just everybody that wear them. And I don't know what it is, but I never owned one. I guess attention, right? Look at me. I wear this tap out shirt. I'm pretty boss. You can say that about a lot of things, but that's what my mind immediately went to. What do you, when you think of attention seeking shirts, what do you guys think? It doesn't necessarily have to be offensive.
Simple, by wearing a provocative shirt. Not like the thick girl at the bar, all eyes are on you. So if you want people approaching or avoiding you, then you're gonna need a shirt that offends everybody! Starting off with 3 things every guy likes: doggy, doggy, and of course, doggy. Do you like how our back is arched?
I do got 2 kids.
That's attention detail, fellas. Imagine
That's
showing up to the
facts.
funeral with this gem on, pissing off your uncle, and making your cousin laugh. Makes you wish your aunt died sooner. Now, speaking of dogs, my next is...
That just reminded me. Today at work, there was this chick that came out, and she obviously had a shirt on. It was kind of like a crop top that was like maybe an inch away from showing like her under boob, but the photo on the picture was of bare breast. Oh man, so many people got triggered, bro. I was laughing. But crazy. I ain't never, bro. Kids was just walking by. I can see, like, they walking by. I can see the kid looking at the shirt, and I can see the parents. Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. They turned back looking around. I was just like, yeah, that's crazy.
Pissing off your uncle and making your cousin laugh makes you wish your aunt died sooner. Now, speaking of dogs, my next design is probably the most f***ed up and true thing I've ever said, which is, best part of a dog, they can never say no. Look at his little face. The panic, the fear. Oh, it's gonna be hard to call the cops when you don't have thumbs, am I right? Who hasn't looked at a corgi butt and said, damn, how could I resist, Your Honor? I mean, look at it. Besides, sometimes when a man gets lonely, and I mean real lonely, a dog can, fill the void, if you catch my drift. All it takes is some peanut butter, a locked door, and patience. Let him come to you. The trick is making him want it. Now, what if your kink is making people suffer? Well,
Ain't no way. Oh, y'all some creative individuals out here. Wouldn't you be afraid of biting? Like, oh.
you. The trick is making him want it. Now, what if your kink is making people suffer? Well, you'll love my next design. Think where your tongue is. Go ahead. Think about it. Can't stop moving it, right? Where was it before I mentioned it? Was it at the top or bottom? Or why can't I stop thinking about this?
Well, let me answer you that question. I have a permanent retainer at the bottom of my tooth, bottom of my incisors, because I only got 3. They put one down there to keep all my teeth in line. I got it after my braces. That's generally where my tongue is. So just wanted to give you your answer.
Moving it, right? Where was it before I mentioned it? Was it at the top or bottom? Or why can't I stop thinking about this? Well, now you can torture everyone with this subtle yet tasteful day ruiner. Now, what if you're not a sociopath but still want people to stay away from you? Well, you'll love my next design. I don't wash my hands. What is that? Is that what I think it is? Maybe.
Mayonnaise.
You really want to get close enough to find out? You know, I showed this to a friend, and he said it looked like a gay Italian saying hello. Which is not wrong. Although I always thought a gay Italian hello was having their gold chain teabag you. Speaking of sticky stuff, my next shirt is probably the most relatable one, called Eat, Fap, Game, Repeat. This is one hit a little close to home for some of y'all. Let your homies know they're not alone. I mean, in a way they are, but at least you're sad together. You know what they say, misery loves company, and tears are natural lube. Maybe I should have called this one Shots Fired. Now, if your teacher asks what fat means, just tell her you're in touch with your emotions. That way you're technically not lying. Miss Sullivan, I'm not feeling well. Do you mind if I go pound out some sadness? Speaking of fapping, my next design is Life Begins at the Bona. Times I had my editor draw the word boner. I'm like, it needs to look more like a dick. At one point he gets fed up and just sends back a real life BBD saying, this is what you're looking for, right? Oh, you see, this design speaks.
Oh, bro, hey, I know he's laughing in there, but they must have been rolling during the creation of this video. Oh, I hope he concludes some bloopers at the end. I think that's the thing that he's been doing for a minute. Gotta see these bloopers.
Like BBD saying, this is what you're looking for, right? Oh, you see, this design speaks to me, as I currently live in Texas, where imaginary friends tell people what laws to write. And it does make you think, where does life really begin?
mean by
Because one
that?
could argue a stiffy is the first sign of it, meaning every time you spank it, technically you're committing an atrocity. That's not splooge in your trash can, it's boneless children. Speaking of child graves, God, we all know he loves giving kids cancer, but what really makes him hard is the forbidden. So get on your knees as I shower you with my next design. He has risen. You don't go to hell if you don't believe in it, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Do you like how the devil is looking at Jesus,
Hey,
making
yo.
sure he's giving consent? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Speaking of baby carrots, many guys feel like they're inadequate, mostly because y'all watching too much corn. Corn is like the Olympics of porking, okay? Stop comparing yourself to freaks. That's where my next design comes in. 6 inches is average. His face is so perfect.
You know, this kind of reminds me of that guy with the TikTok video. And then what did he say? He said if he have learned anything from his lesbian friends, and then he brought up his fingers, and he said, what did he say? 2 or 3 inches is all that's needed to please you, or something like that. I mean, was he wrong? It's kind of hard to argue that, man. I was like, hey, man, I wasn't about to go ask another lesbian chick, you know, is this the truth? I was just like trying to calculate it in my head, but it might be true. It just might be.
Mine comes in. 6 inches is average. His face is so perfect. Oh, like it's average, right? And his little hand. I'm sorry. Average hand. Giving you that thumbs up. Oh, really happy how this one came out. Now, before I get to my last design, I want to tell you my favorite joke. What's the difference between Michael Phelps and the Hitman? Michael Phelps knows how to finish a race. And now, it sounds horrible, but it really is.
No. Hey, man. He's landing on thick, man. You know, my favorite type of humor is dark humor. Oh, man. He landed on thick. Come on now. Ain't no way y'all got offended. Ain't no way. Y'all got to laugh. It's time to laugh.
He isn't. It doesn't say any race should be finished. It just says Michael Phelps knows how to finish one. You see? Your own assumptions are what make it offensive, which is the same reaction people have when I show them my favorite t-shirt design.
You know, there's some truth in that, right? Say your own assumptions make it offensive, but that's the same thing as saying you choose what you're offended by. I don't know how many times I said it every time I'm reacting to like offending everybody, but you choose it. You chose to think that. You chose to decide that you wanted to be offended by it. So that's all it is at the end of the day.
Your own assumptions are what make it offensive, which is the same reaction people have when I show them my favorite t-shirt design, Friends. Oh, it's so perfect. Because we're all thinking the same thing, yet nothing in the picture is actually offensive. Just a bunch of multicultural friends looking to have a good, hard time. Actually, I lied. I have one more design. Well, it's less of a design and more of a life mantra. And that's any hole will do. What does that mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. There's a lot of holes out there. Some good.
There's a lot of yeah, for sure. A lot of potholes in the street that tax money ain't covering up. Yeah. For my money and other people, tax people's money that's pouring into the city, when they ask what to do with that money, you just say any hole will do, because there's a lot of potholes out there. So, like I said, that right there could just mean anything.
What does that mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. There's a lot of holes out there. Some good, some stinky. We all have to decide which hole fits us best. And with this shirt, you can tell the world that any hole will do. So if you want to piss off your friends, family, or enemies, then pick up your shirt today at offensiveswag.com. That's right, at offensiveswag.com, you can mentally torture your school bully
shirts.
and live rent-free in your crush's head, all while supporting your boy. Because dark, twisted humor makes me hard, but censorship makes me flaccid. And I refuse to dial back any of my jokes because some snowflakes can't handle it. So if you want to support my crusade against the bland corporate circle jerk that's the rest of YouTube, then pick up your shirt today at offensiveswag.com, where every shirt is designed to turn heads and hopefully get you head.
Hey, yo.
You know what you want to do.
What they need to do is bring back roasting in schools. That's what they need to do, right? Because then you bring back roasting in schools, and then they bring back those Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, right? Because you got it daily. It got to the point to where you got to sensitize it. So if you was to watch something, like I'm a millennial, so if I was to watch something and then it'd be like slightly offensive, it's because I grew up hearing that all the time to where it just doesn't necessarily offend me. So, and then of course I got roasted badly. Now I gave as much as I took, pause, but yeah, and I'll roast any one of you. Yeah, you right there. that's still watching this, that haven't clicked off, I appreciate you also, but I will roast every living out of you. Don't test me. Anyways, it's the end of this video. Dave's out.